The bot lost another $40 this week, and we are now sitting at around $4,785 on this $5,000 challenge. That's about $285 between us and the challenge failing. And here's the interesting part, I haven't changed anything. Same bot, same strategies, same risk settings. This is week 4. If you are new here, I've started a $5,000 prop firm challenge where my trading bot is trading the account for me. Every week, I'm documenting exactly what happens, the wins, the losses, the mistakes, and whether this bot can actually pass the challenge. This is week 4. Week 4 was another losing week. 11 trades, 5 winners, and 6 losers. A 45.5% win rate. And the final result was a loss of $40 and 68 cents. Now $40 by itself doesn't sound like a disaster, but that's not really the point. The problem is that this is now another week added to an already difficult run. We started this challenge with $5,000. Now we are around 4,785 and the challenge floor is 4,500. Here's where things get uncomfortable. From the current balance, we have roughly $285 before we hit the maximum loss level. But we need more than $600 of profit from here to reach the $5,400 target. So, right now, losing is still much closer than winning. And honestly, this is probably the most important point in the entire challenge so far. Because at this stage, I have two choices. I could look at these losses and start changing things, remove a strategy, change the risk, change the parameters, and start manually interfering with trades, or I can follow the process I originally built. And this is something I want to make very clear. Nothing changed between episode 19 and episode 20. Same strategies, same risk settings, same bot, same rules. I'm not changing the system just because the last few weeks were bad. Because if I keep changing the system every time it loses, I will never know whether the system actually works. At that point, I'm not testing a trading system anymore. I'm testing my ability to panic. And that's not what I want this challenge to be. So let's look at what the bot actually did. We had 11 trades this week, 5 winners, 6 losses. The best trade was this EUD JPY. It made $4.40. Not exactly life changing. And the worst trade was this CAD JPY sell, minus $15.72. And this is where the numbers become interesting. We actually had a 45% win rate this week. Almost half the trades were winners. But the account still lost $40. Why? Because the winners were small, $11.15 in gross profits against $51.80 in gross losses. That gave us a profit factor of just 0.22 and the expectancy was minus 0.2 R per trade. So the problem isn't simply the bot can't win trades. It's the winners aren't currently paying for the losses. This is the entire challenge so far. And honestly, this isn't what I wanted the curve to look like. We had an early recovery, then the curve rolled over. And since then, we have basically been grinding lower. But we are still above the challenge floor. And that's important. So, why am I letting this continue? Because I didn't start this challenge to prove that my bot wins every week. I started it to find out whether the system can survive the market when things don't go its way. And we are finally getting that test. A backtest can show you an edge. A live account shows you what happens when the edge goes through a bad period. And right now, we are in that bad period. I'm not making any changes this week. The bot keeps running, the same strategies stay active, and I'm going to keep recording what happens. If the system recovers, you will see it here. If the challenge fails, you will see that too. We still have a challenge to pass, but right now the first objective is simpler, survive. Week 4, 11 trades, down $40.60. Current balance around 4,785. The bot is still running. Let's see what week 5 brings. See you next Sunday.